Morning. I got to share this with you guys. So years ago, like back in my younger days, I always carried a pocket wrench with me. It was a little 4-inch crescent wrench. It went up to 9/16. And it was handy around the farm because there's a lot of times you'd be out in the field and you get a loose bolt or something, you can just grab your pocket wrench and tighten it up. And I loved it. I carried it with me probably a couple years before it finally broke. And when it broke, I went looking for a new one. Couldn't find one anywhere. And mind you, this was before Amazon, before shopping on the internet, everything. This was back when you had to physically take your fat can to the store. Yesterday, the wife and I were at Home Depot. We were picking up a few things, and I was looking in the tool aisle, and I come across a little wrench, a little 4-inch crescent wrench. So I finally got my pocket wrench back after decades. It was probably been a good 25 years since I've had my pocket wrench. This one is a Crescent brand pocket wrench, and it only goes up to a 1/2 inch. But I told the wife, I'm like, for $9, I'm getting it. I'm getting my pocket wrench back, so I have it. And I actually forgot about it. You know, it was one of those things I've been so long without one, I just quit looking for it and blah, blah, blah. And it just so happens I come across it. Well, yesterday, after I bought this one, took it home, put it in my pocket, and walking around with it, I got thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder if we can find one on Amazon. So I got on Amazon, I got looking, and I found a 4-inch crescent wrench that goes up to 3/4 of an inch. And I'm like, oh, that one's even better. So I went ahead and ordered that. So now I've got that one coming, and I got this one. So I've got 2 pocket wrenches now. I know, you guys probably don't care, but what do you guys carry in your pockets all the time? Like me, mine, when I'm on the farm, it's a pocket knife, now my pocket wrench, and I always have a flashlight with me. When I'm on the bike or out doing motorcycle things, I have my pocket knife and a sidearm on me. If it's not on me, it's in my bike, it's somewhere close by. But those are like the things that I constantly have on me. And while I'm on the bike, I'm going to have a pocket wrench on me now too. But what we got going on today is I have parts. I have the hydraulic hoses for the loader for the grapple bucket. I'm going to be trying to fish this through the loader in order to mount it so we can get the grapple bucket on today. I'm hoping. I still have to go get 2 fittings for the end of this so we can connect the grapple bucket. But I'm hoping to have the grapple bucket up and going this afternoon. Hoping. All right, I got the grapple bucket in the shop. I got the tractor in the shop. So now what we need to do is uncrate this thing, which is good because we'll use this angle iron around the farm for various things. And we need to run the hoses for this. They are going to connect to these 2 ports right here. They're going to go up through there. I got to fish it through this loader arm down to this opening, and then out here, and then the outlets are going to come out right here and mount to this bracket. That way these hoses right here can plug into it and work the actual grapple. In theory, it should be relatively easy, but I know with my luck I'm going to run into complications somewhere. I don't know how easy it is going to be fishing them hoses through this loader arm, for one, but we're gonna tackle it. So they bolted the top on and welded the sides. And wired it. So I'm thinking I can cut those wires, hook into it, and just lift it straight up out of there. At least that's what I'm thinking. Let's try it. That worked. Thing looks like a beast on the front of the tractor. And what I do like about it is it has replaceable teeth. Not that we'll ever wear those down, but if we do, we can replace them. All right, now the fun part. So what I'm doing now is I'm putting tape over the end of this hydraulic so I don't get a bunch of dirt down in there when I shove it up through that loader arm, because I'm sure there's dirt in there. They're in. They're not hooked up yet, but they're in. That was a challenge. It tested my patience. There was several adult language words that were used, but I got it. Now I got to put the cover on there. I still have to go and buy fittings for this, but that's okay. I will do that once I get this together. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm also not stupid. I think there's a minor oversight here that John Deere looked, unless I'm supposed to buy a whole new cover. This is correct. Right here, it hits. And I got thinking, I'm like, well, maybe I've got the wrong hose in the wrong area. I don't, because this hose has got a bend in it to go over that one. And they're the correct links here. So either there's a different cover that comes down further, or I notch this out and paint it. And I think it's going to be cheaper to notch it out and paint it. That should do it. Let's Let's go grind on a couple $100 piece of metal. I'm just assuming it's a couple $100. It's like a Harley. Nothing's cheap on these things. So, let's see what kind of damage we can do. Alright, let's test fit this sucker and see what she's going to be like. Perfect. You can't get any better than that. Let me show you. So now what we'll do is we'll round the edges off and put a coat of paint on it, and then we can remount it. Figures. Like factory. Just like it was made for it. Alright, so now I need to run to the hydraulic store to buy fittings, so we can put two ends on that, on this end of the hydraulic system, and then we can plug these hoses into there, and it will work the grapple part of it. I'm going to run and attempt to find these. I don't know the technical terms and sizes that I need. I just need this. We'll figure it out. I got my fittings. I knew coming to this place would be my one-stop shop. We went to I went to Nelson Hydraulic up on Bristol Road in Flint, and every time I come in here, the guys are very, very friendly, and they have everything I want. And I know people don't like this, but they do the, hey, I got a picture, and you're supposed to find a part judging by the picture, but I knew these guys would be able to do it. So, and I pulled the, hey, I got a picture, and then I brought the old style, or my fitting from the grapple bucket in with me, and he running around like a chicken with his head cut off, and he found exactly what I was looking for and did it in as few fittings as possible. I'm pleased. So now let's go throw this thing on there and see if we can get her to go. We got him on there. I guess now the only thing is to hook this thing up and see if it works. I'm wondering if maybe we ought to put these on a 90 to where they come out, but with them down like that, maybe they're protected. I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason John Deere did what they did. Might not be the right reason, but I'm sure there's a reason. All right, here's the test. Oh, it works. Oh, this is awesome. I do think I need to mount the hoses differently. This is a pinch point for the, when you rock the bucket, tilt the bucket back and forth, and this can fall down in there.
So if there's a way I can attach this right in the center, then it won't get caught. But I gotta keep it in this cradle here. So I'm definitely gonna be working on that. That's the only flaw I see with this. We are gonna love this thing. Alright guys, my battery's dying on the camera, so I got you plugged into the truck, as you can see by the cord. I love it. We're gonna get a lot of use out of that thing. The problem is, like, I want to go grapple something right now, but everything's so muddy and wet, I don't want to drive through the fields to grapple something. But this winter, once, like after Christmas, once the ground freezes up, we have 2 big brush piles that I cleared up last winter and planted around this past spring. I'm gonna light those things up on fire and use the grapple to move stuff around for it. So that grapple is going to get a lot of use this winter. I want to grapple something now because it's a new toy. At any rate, I'm in the video here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.